I love sports.
Sports.
This is the Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 SuperTalk, Mississippi.
Hey, good afternoon and good evening, and welcome to the Sports Page here on SuperTalk, Mississippi. Oh, my goodness. 97.3 and 99.3 FM or SuperTalkHattiesburg.com or SuperTalkLaurel.com. Hope you and yours are well. The first official high school football weekend, first official community college football weekend, and the first official collegiate football weekend is in the books, y'all. The pros will start this coming week. But, man, we had so much football. Y'all, we're in the Super Talk studios. My man Michael Mergens is with us here on Labor Day, and y'all, we're talking about getting older. Lord have mercy.
Aging is inevitable. Growing old is a choice.
Yes,
so aging, yes. But I'm not old by any means.
Hey, look, I'm telling you, there's some days where I feel like I'm 30, and some days I feel like I'm Fred Sanford, 90.
After this last week with everything, that's why we're here live today, because this was a unique weekend.
It is
everything happening.
Going on, y'all, and it's a lot of things we want to update everybody on. Thank you for everybody who's listening to us north of Laurel on 99.3, south of Hattiesburg on 97.3. Also on SuperTalkHattiesburg.com, SuperTalkLaurel.com. We're here on Mondays at 6 o'clock. Y'all don't forget about Pedal High Football preview show on Tuesday with Coach Marcus Walls. And then Coach Joey Hawkins with Inside the Locker Room on Thursday. High school football on Pedal High Football on 97.3. Jones County Game of the Week on 99.3 FM. Of course, and Ole Miss football on Saturdays here on Super Talk. But we want to talk about Southern Miss football initially. 33-something thousand people as Southern Miss took on Mississippi State. Not what we wanted on the scoreboard, y'all, but our guys they fought like all get out in what now is what you're going to see in college football, really the separation. It is not so much everybody has an even keel going out and getting kids anymore. You know, right now, if you got the dollars, you can bring in the talent. And it was a really great game, great theater. And if I know one thing, tell you what, a few plays here and there, we'll see what the result could have been. But it was a really, really great game, and the environment was second to none. Southern Mississippi now will have yet another environment coming, everybody. That's Jackson State coming to town for a 4 o'clock kickoff on Saturday, y'all. It is a tough ticket, but there are some tickets there. But there's a lot of folks coming for the defending SWAC champions. 4 o'clock. At the Rock on this coming Saturday afternoon when Southern Mississippi takes on Jackson State. Mississippi State will be at home against Arizona State. Ole Miss was a winner. They'll take on Kentucky this coming Saturday. That will be on the Super Talk radio network. Jackson State beat Hampton 28-14. Of course, we said Jackson State will be playing Southern Miss next week here at the Rock at 4 o'clock on Saturday. Alcorn fell to Northwestern State 20-10. The Braves will travel to Alabama A&M on Saturday. Delta State surprised Central Missouri 31-23. They will entertain North Greenville University this coming Saturday. In community college football, they opened their season this last Thursday. Of course, 7 games. Northwest was a winner over Pearl River. Of course, they're the state champs from last year. And winners included Colin, Gulf Coast, Hines, Southwest, and Jones. We'll hear about the Jones game in just a few minutes with Sean Wansley. But let's give you the high school scores, y'all, from our area and region, a whole lot of them. In the top 10, according to the Clarion Ledger, the number 1 team is Tupelo. They beat Brandon, the number 2 team, 36-15 right off the bat. Stark will beat Oak Grove in a shootout, 57-54. Oak Grove was ranked number 3. Number 7, Picayune beat Gulfport, 31-28. In other high school games across the area and around our region, Northeast Lauderdale beat Scott Central 17-12. Ocean Springs beat Meridian. That was a surprise, 35-0. South Jones over Northeast Jones, 20-17. West Marion over East Marion, 49-22. Bay Springs over South Pike, 20-14. Brookhaven was a winner over Lawrence County, 45-0. Clarkdale over Resurrection, 35-3. How about this? Columbia, y'all, beat Hartfield Academy. Hartfield Academy is the back-to-back state champs in in the MAIS. They get a lot of kids from across the state. Columbia went up there and beat them 22-21. Congratulations to Coach Bilderback on that huge win that resounded all across the state of Mississippi. D'Iberville was a winner over Raleigh, 14-6. Forest over Lake, 37-0. Forest County was a winner over St. Stanislaus, 39-3. Goshen over George County, 35-0. Greene County over East Central, 34-27. That game in overtime. Lloyd Starr was a winner over Perry Central, 20-0. McGee over Mount Olive, 16-0. Macomb over Tylertown, 45-6. Mize beating its neighbor in Smith County, 27-14, beating Taylorsville. Newton County over Morton, 32-21. North Forest over Enterprise Lincoln, 39-0. Knox-Pater over Southeast Lauderdale, 28-0. Knoxville County beat Heidelberg, 44-32. Pascagoula over Moss Point, 47-0. Pearl River Central was a winner. They beat Bay High 49-0. Petal in that big game that was played in the land of the Panthers. That game was 50-28. Petal over Hattiesburg. Picayune won over Gulfport 31-28. Purvis over Lumberton 28-0. Quitman over Kemper County 34-32. Richton over West Lincoln 36-0. Other scores had Salem over McLaurin 36-20. Sebastopol over Puckett. That was 37-16. Stringer over Enterprise Clark, 34-22. Stone over Hancock, 31-13. West Harrison over Poplarville, 34-18. West Jones over Laurel, 20-9. West Lauderdale over Seminary, 40-14. In the MAIS, we talked about the Columbia game. Columbia beating Hartfield Academy by a point, 22-21. Christ Covenant over Silver Bay, 28-22. Columbia Academy and Coach Joey Hawkins' team beating Adams Christian, 49-7. Deer Creek over Kemper Academy, 44-0. Lamar School over Wayne Academy, 32-0. Leake Academy over Simpson, 29-26. Newton County Academy over Russell Christian, 32-31. Park Lane over Jackson Prep, 18-7. Prentice Christian over Tensas, 32-6. Between the MHSAA and the MAIS, Centerville Academy over Sacred Heart, 22-12. Columbia, of course, that winner, 22-21. MRA over Jefferson Davis County, 47-6, y'all. Those are all the games that were played on Thursday and Friday. So what's coming up? Ooh, a whole bunch of games coming up. And we'll give you some of that rundown right quick. Mick County is at Richton. Clarkdale is at Stringer. Enterprise Clark is at Southeast Lauderdale. We can tell you that George County is at South Jones this coming Friday night. Greene County at Perry Central. Hattiesburg versus Laurel. The Little Brown Jug game, y'all. It's this coming Friday night. Both teams looking for their first win. Hattiesburg losing to Petal. Laurel losing to West Jones. Should be a great game of a game that's lasted over 100 years. Hazelhurst at East Marion. It is Leake Central at Wayne County, Macomb at Jefferson Davis County, Mendenhall at McGee. The Simpson County Super Bowl. My goodness. Mize is at PCS. Mount Olive is at Newton. Natchez is at South Pike. We can tell you that Neshoba Central is at Meridian. Newton County is at Raleigh. North Forest is at Lumberton. Northeast Jones is at West Jones. Knoxville County is at Kemper County. Oak Grove is on the road at Germantown. Both those teams looking for their first win. Pass Christian is at Purvis. Petal is at Ocean Springs. Both of those teams 1-0. Picayune is at North Shore in Louisiana. Poplarville is at Stone. Quitman is at Heidelberg. Sacred Heart is at St. Patrick. St. Martin is at East Central. Seminary is at Collins. Sumbrall is at Jefferson Davis County. That's going to be a really great game. Taylorsville at Bay Springs. Tylertown is at Lawrence County. West Harrison at Forest. West Lauderdale at Morton. West Marion is at Columbia. Both those teams in Marion County undefeated. All the coaches in Marion County will be at First Baptist Church tomorrow at 11 a.m. as they kind of kick off the season. Wilkinson County is at Salem. In the MAIS, Columbia Academy is at Centerville Academy. Hebron Christian is at Kemper Academy. Lamar School is at Jackson Prep. Prentice Christian is at Tallulah. Wayne Academy is at Heritage Academy. Those are the games, y'all, scheduled for this coming Friday night, a whole bunch of them, and it going to be good, going to be really good. A lot of folks are talking about the game this past weekend between Southern Mississippi and Mississippi State and and the atmosphere there, y'all. I mean, the atmosphere was just awesome, and awesome. And you know, one of the things that that we heard from was our quarterback, Braylon Braxton, who's an incredible young man, y'all. He's incredible. You get to know him. But this is what he said after the ball game, and y'all listen to this.
Crowd, you were here
Yeah.
a year ago.
Facts.
How did that kind of maybe sweeten everything that you've been looking forward to?
Yeah, bro. Shout out to the fan base. Shout out to the fans. Everybody that showed up 8 a.m. for an Eagle Walk and a little bit of rain. You know, that was great for me. And I haven't been many places where the home atmosphere felt like how I felt out there today. You know, hopefully we didn't lose any fans today, you know, after one game. Like I said, we're not going to feel like this too many more times, but, you know, we have a great fan base. We have a great atmosphere. The city of Hattiesburg, they showed up and they showed out today for sure.
What do you want to say to the fans to encourage them to continue to come out and just show you guys more support like that?
Just keep on showing up. We're going to make y'all happy. Promise. Just keep showing up. Keep showing us love. Keep showing up. Don't turn your back on us when it go bad one time. You know, this is life. I mean, ups and downs in life, just like the ups and downs of a football game, bro. Just don't turn your back on us. Keep supporting us, and we gonna treat y'all right. I promise.
Braylon, why are you...
Coach, my goodness, Braylon Braxton talking about come on back, man. It's going to be good this coming weekend. Southern Miss versus Jackson State.
This is the Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 Super Talk, Mississippi.
Welcome back to Super Talk, Mississippi, y'all. We're rolling and going on this Labor Day, just doing our thing with Michael Mergens. And, y'all, we've had the high school rundown. We gave you all of this. Maybe before we end the show, we can give you all the high school games set for this coming Friday. A lot of programming here on Super Talk. Of course, you have the Pedal Preview Show on Tuesday. Then you have Inside the Locker Room on Thursday. And then, of course, the Game of the Week. Pedal High School football and the Jones County Game of the Week on 99.3. Whole lot of stuff, y'all. So stay tuned to these radio stations. And if you want to be a sponsor of this program or any programming on Super Talk, man, go call Michael. Call someone here at the studios here at Super Talk, or go to supertalkhattiesburg.com or supertalklaurel.com, and you can get your information there. Radio's the way to go. Somebody can be riding like they're listening now. Somebody could be at the gym like they're listening now. Somebody could be walking with their earphones on like they're listening now. There might be listening overseas, like a number of former football players I know who are in the military. They listen to this broadcast. Yeah, they do. So it's the way to go. All right, speaking of the way to go, our good friend Sean Wansley's with us. Sean is the sports information director at Jones. And Jones College got its first win under their new head football coach. Sean, how you doing?
Hey, Mitch, I'm doing great. How are you tonight?
Doing just fine. It might have been a long bus trip, but you come back with that W. Talk about that first win under the Latrell Pollard era at Jones College.
Yeah, it was a great game for Jones. The Bobcats pretty much dominated the whole night. They won 33-0. We scored the first two possessions of the game. I know the first pass of the game, Cannon Crowder out of PCS hits TK Keys for about a 44-yard pass, and the next 4 or 5 plays we handed over to Keegan Harris, Dreek, as what they call him, and he punched it in the end zone for the touchdown, and we got a touchdown on the second possession, and kind of off and running from there, 14-0. It was rain, a lot of rain up there during the first half. Not the most ideal conditions, but Jones did a great job of adapting to the situation. Dreek, 9 carries, 53 yards, and 3 touchdowns, and all that happened in the first half. And Cannon Crowder had a great game. Cannon out of PCS, 7 out of 11 for 212 yards and a touchdown. Caden Smith out of Oak Grove caught a 93-yard touchdown pass in the second half of the game. He got behind the defense, and Cannon hit him, and Caden makes the play and goes all the way for the score. Defensively, just a whole bunch of guys. I mean, Delta could not get back to the line of scrimmage against us, basically, and Dalen Pierce out of Bay Springs He leads us with tackles, with 6 tackles. He had a very fine game. And I think Delta, the only time they got the ball in Jones territory was after a short punt when they had us backed up deep, and they had the ball at our 30-yard line. I think they went backwards for about 10 or 15 yards, and that was the only time they had the ball in Jones territory. We outgained them 456 yards to 42.
Wow.
And 200 yards to 5 rushing, and Delta only got 4 first downs and 2 by penalty. So just a very dominant performance by the Trail Potters team, and a great way to start the season. No question about that.
No question. Y'all are listening to Sean Wansley, the Sports Information Director at Jones. Jones with a big win on the road, and got another big game. It's every week when you only got 9 games is a big game. And Sean, you didn't mention that lunch meat, but I'm sure he was part of all of that. So great atmosphere. I guess really great environment that's going to be this coming next week as well, right?
Yeah, Jones will go make another long trip, another hour further north. We go up to Clarksdale to play Oklahoma on Thursday. Fortunately, it's a 6:30 kickoff, 30 minutes earlier than usual. So Jones at Oklahoma on Thursday night. Oklahoma had a rough game against Colin last week. Colin beat them 42-6, and Colin is really good. They're number 3 in the nation in the polls, and I would think Jones would be able to take care of some business this week. Hopefully we can do that. And you don't look ahead, but a week from Thursday, Jones is hosting Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
And Gulf Coast had a big win over East Mississippi last week, and they are playing Mississippi Delta this week, and I would think Gulf Coast is going to win that game. So, a week from Thursday is going to be a major, major game in Ellisville when the Bobcats host Gulf Coast, first South Division game. So whoever can win that game is sitting in great shape. So we'll worry about that next week. But Jones with a great win last week over Mississippi Delta.
So you have football in the books, but you have soccer and volleyball all already in their seasons as well, playing in the fall. Give us an update with the Bobcats as it relates to those two sports.
Yeah, men's soccer had a good weekend. They go over to Georgia, and they win a couple of games over there. They beat Georgia Military 3-0 on Saturday, and Andrew College out of Georgia 5-1 on Sunday. And Coach Conley's team, Brendan Conley's team, is now 2-2 on the year. And this week they host Gulf Coast, Mississippi Gulf Coast, Wednesday night at 6. That's not a conference game; it's just a regular season game. That's going to be that's a good sign of what's going to come between the Mississippi schools. So Wednesday night at 6, Jones and Gulf Coast in Ellisville. And our women's team last week they played a school from Texas, Dallas Brookhaven College, a very good Division III, JUCO Division III team, and that ended in a 1-1 tie on Friday in Ellisville. So Coach Dolores Deasley's team, they're 2-1 on the year, and they will be in Memphis tomorrow. They're driving up to Memphis and play Southwestern Illinois, I believe, at 5 tomorrow in Memphis. And then on Saturday, it's a doubleheader at Bobcat Soccer Field, a noon tip or kickoff, I should say, between our women's team versus National Park College out of Arkansas. And then right after that game, our men's team plays National Park College out of Arkansas, probably about 2:15 or so. So a doubleheader this coming Saturday at noon in Ellisville between Jones and National Park College. And on the volleyball front, Coach John Deuce's team, Coach Deuce, they had a big week last week, started the regular season, beat Wallace State Selma last Monday, I believe, 3-0, and then beat Gulf Coast on Wednesday last week, 3-0. Gulf Coast played very well in that match. They got off to a good start against us, but we kind of turned the tide a little bit on them and came back to win that first set, and then kind of dominated the last 2 sets. So volleyball is off to a 2-0 start, and they will be at Pearl River on Wednesday this week. Bobcats and the Wildcats playing volleyball on Wednesday this week, and Coach Deuce's team will go to Enterprise, Alabama on Saturday and play Santa Fe College at 11 a.m. and Berlin Wallace College out of Alabama at 3 p.m. This Saturday for a couple more games. So right now, we're in the full fall sports schedule. I know our golf team finished fourth in a tournament last week up at Northwest last week, and they don't play again until later this month. So right now, a whole bunch of stuff going on with Bobcat Athletics, that's for sure.
My goodness. That's a whole lot right there. Anything else you want to add, Sean, and tell everybody how they can keep up with those Bobcats?
Yeah, I know we got a golf tournament coming up September the 19th. It's a fundraiser for our baseball and softball teams out at Dixie Golf Club in Laurel. You can go to our website, go to their specific sites for that on the Facebook page for Bobcat baseball and softball, and find out all information on how to play there. But anything you need to know about Jones College sports, go to jcbobcats.com. All of our schedules, results, stories, rosters are on there. And you can go to on X, Facebook, and YouTube and search Jones College Athletics and keep up with the Bobcats. We're rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
It's going to be like this for the rest of the fall semester into December. So just go to those sites and kind of find out what's going on with Jones College. We've got a lot of good teams at Jones, and keep up with us and see how we're doing.
Sean, thank you so much. We hope to talk to you, my friend, same time, same place next week, okay?
Sounds great, Mitch. I appreciate it.
Sean Wansley, Sports Information Director at Jones. Thank you, Sean, so much. Also, y'all, don't forget, y'all, on November 15th, we got a car, truck, and bike show. Yeah. Go to southeastmsfca.org at Temple Baptist Church. We got a car, truck, and bike show. Y'all, it's our fourth one, and it's grown every year. So go to the website, southeastmsfca.org. $30 if you got some kind of something really pretty that you want to put out there. Yeah. We'll be back and talk a little soccer when the sports page continues in just a moment.
This is the Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 SuperTalk, Mississippi.
I appreciate every single person that showed up today. I appreciate every single person that put a lot of energy into making this a really special day. Obviously not the result we want, but it showed where we can be. We showed what it will look like when we get back to the top. Not enough plays made throughout the game to beat a really good team. Hats off to Mississippi State and their staff, players, played a really good game. I thought we battled in the first half, knew it was going to be a game where if we didn't make enough plays early, they would probably be able to wear us down a little bit, which started to happen in the second half. Missed some opportunities to kind of change momentum and get them out of kind of some of the things that they wanted to do. Got to coach better, got to get our kids in better position. Disappointed with the result because we want to win every day, but encouraged by what I found out about our team today.
Coach Charles Huff talking about Southern Mississippi as the Eagles prepare for Jackson State at 4 o'clock. Y'all know the Tigers will be traveling. 4 o'clock kickoff at the Rock. Tickets at southernmiss.com if you want to go see some really great collegiate football. And man, oh man, those games like this only come every once in a while. So hopefully everybody will come. Welcome back to the Sports Page, y'all. And we're not going to focus on football for a moment. We're going to talk about football, F-U-T-B-O-L, and we're going to talk about soccer. And with us is the Pearl River women's soccer coach, Coach Henrik Matson. Hello, Coach. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Doing really, really good. Coach, I mean, let me ask you a question. Have you ever started the season like you guys have, and you scored 15 goals, and your opponent has only scored 1 in 2 games? I mean, has that happened? I mean, I know that's a great start to a season as you guys are 2-0 and doing really, really well to begin the 2025 soccer season at Pearl River.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think I've ever started any kind of season, whether it's high school or college or club, with 2 games where we scored 15 goals and the other team has scored 1. But I think that's just a credit to the team that we have and the girls that we've brought in. You know, with 19 freshmen, I think it's a really positive sign. Talk
about that class, Coach. I mean, you said after the game, after winning the East Central game 7-0, you said that this freshman class is outstanding. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously, you know, when you bring girls in, we really think highly of them and feel good about it. But we didn't. I wasn't anticipating that they would be this good, this quick. I mean, we knew they were really, really good. We probably think it's one of the top recruiting classes in the state. But I wasn't sure how quickly they would adjust to the college game. But I mean, my goodness, they've just taken it and run with it.
Y'all, we're talking to Coach Matson, the head women's coach, soccer coach at Pearl River, ranked 15th in the country. And going to go up, I'm sure, after these first 2 games that they've played, and they're getting ready to go to Missouri to play on the road on this next coming weekend. How important is that, Coach? I mean, in terms of, you know, you it's already tough enough in the league you guys play in here in Mississippi, but, you know, leaving the state's boundaries and going and playing other competition in other places.
No, it's absolutely massive for us to go out of state and play those teams, because those are the teams that our league competes with for the at-large bids and stuff for nationals. So going up there and facing some of those teams is just really important for later in the season, because, you know, it's hard to get through our league undefeated, you know, with national champions in there and as high a quality as we have in there.
When you talk about the teams in the league and the MAC and all of the ones that you guys play, and then looking at your team and the numbers of teams that you've had, and what do you like about this team early on that makes you think there's a possibility not only that they can get better, but can compete even at a higher level than maybe some teams you've had before?
No, I think you know, they're definitely very, very athletic, you know, but they've also played soccer growing up, so their soccer IQ is high. And then, you know, we talked about it the other day with my coaching staff, and there's just a certain level of confidence, almost arrogance inside of that group, you know, that's really good. And then obviously our internationals play a big part in it. You know, they're coming from high levels overseas into our league. It just makes ours better.
So, Coach, I did want to ask you that from the international level. I mean, in terms of, you know, now you've built a program that is competing against anybody. How is that when you go to recruit the international young student to come to Pearl River? How is that process now compared to years before when you were just trying to build a program?
No, I mean, it's definitely getting easier for us to get the right type of player in. You know, when we first started out, it was kind of like we had to kind of settle for some of the players, but now we're getting in, you know, Division I type athletes, players that can come in and help us immediately. You know, so that's very, very good for us.
Talk about, before the year started, talk about your off season and some of the things that you guys did in terms of getting ready for this year.
I mean, I think the girls worked hard. You know, we brought them into school, work with us, and they got to play a lot of the spring games as seniors in high school once they got done with their high school season. So I think that's helped them kind of get acclimated to what the game kind of looks like, and then it's helped us get our hands on them early and kind of talk them through what the expectations were and what levels of fitness and conditioning they need to be in.
Y'all, we're listening to the head coach of the 15th ranked, nationally ranked Pearl River women's soccer team, and they're getting ready to go to Missouri to go play. And, Coach, one last question. You know, right now you can look on television and you can see soccer players getting on commercials. I mean, young ladies that are great ambassadors of the sport. And you can see now they're getting endorsements and things of that sort. Tell me, does that have an impact on your level in terms of coaching? Because, you have a championship program. But and if it does, where do you see it going from now in terms of the popularity of the game of soccer? I mean, because it's seemingly so, it's really, really reaching out to even more branches.
Yeah, I mean, I think the game just continues to grow. It's going to keep better and more exposed, and we definitely hope, eventually that on the JUCO level we can get into those NAIL deals, monies where maybe we can help the girls out with paying for school for some of those that need a little bit of extra money. Not even that they necessarily have to make money off of it, but at least they can get free school out of it, which would be amazing.
My goodness, wow. Well, Coach, thank you so much for taking a few minutes out with us. Continued success, and hopefully we'll get to visit with you really soon again. Thank you so much.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Coach Henrik Matson, y'all, the head coach, women's soccer coach at Pearl River. Their team is ranked 15th in the country, 2-0, and they played their first opponent and won 8-0, and then they played 8-1, and then they played their second opponent, East Central, and won 7-0. So they've scored 15 goals and given up just one in 2 games. That is crazy wild. Hey, look, high school games, a whole bunch of area games coming up this week. Know that Pedal High football is going to be on 97.3. The Jones County Game of the Week is going to be on 99.3. Know that. This coming Friday. And, of course, after it's over with, they have the scoreboard show, so you might want to listen if you're driving or on the road. But in the area, Amite County will be at Richton. Clarkdale will be at Stringer. Enterprise Clark will be at Southeast Lauderdale this Friday night. George County is at South Jones. Greene County is at Perry Central. Hattiesburg at Laurel, the good old-fashioned Little Brown Jug game, y'all. 100 years old, gone through several wars. And, yes, it'll be played in between the bricks this coming Friday. Hazelhurst is at East Marion. Sebastopol is at home against Lake. Leake Central is at Wayne County. Macomb is at Jefferson County. Forest County Ag is at home against Long Beach. Mendenhall is at McGee. It's the Simpson County Super Bowl. That's a long rivalry as well. They're only separated some 9 or 10 miles in Simpson County. Mines is at PCS. Mount Olive is at Newton. Natchez is at South Pike. Neshoba Central is at Meridian. Newton County is at Raleigh. We can tell you North Forest is at Lumberton. Northeast Jones is at West Jones. Noxubee County is at Kemper County. Oak Grove is at Germantown. Pass Christian is at Purvis. Petal is at Ocean Springs. Picayune is at North Shore, Louisiana. Poplarville is at Stone. Other games has Quitman at Heidelberg. Sacred Heart at St. Patrick. St. Martin is at East Central. Seminary is at Collins. Sumrall is at Jefferson Davis County. Taylorsville at Bay Springs. Tylertown is at Lawrence County. Other games has West Harrison at Forest. West Lauderdale is at Morton. West Marion is at Columbia. That game between 2 Marion County schools, both of those teams are 1-0. Wilkinson County is at Salem. In the MAIS, well, we can tell you that Columbia Academy is at Centerville Academy. Hebron Christian is at Kemper Academy. Lamar School is at Jackson Prep. We can tell you that Prentice Christian is at Tallulah, Louisiana. Wayne Academy is at Heritage Academy. Silliman is at Brookhaven Academy. And those are the games that we have marked for teams played in Simpson Academy is at home against Pillow Academy. So, y'all, if you got a kid, if you have a child that is in the band, go to the game. If you have a child who's a cheerleader or someone who's a manager or a trainer, go to the game. If you have a child that's playing on the junior high team, maybe they're on the junior varsity and they're on the bus and they're going to the game, but they're not going to play, go to the game. If you got a high school child that's playing, is that your nephew or someone that's connected to your family, or it's a neighbor? Go to the game. Why? Because there's nothing like Friday nights here in Mississippi. Nothing. And it's now just the second week, and though it is Labor Day, you know, it's the day that we set aside to really kind of honor labor, so to speak, even though it's that Monday. But, y'all, football is being played today. College football is a great college football weekend this past weekend. And then, of course, the NFL folks get started as early as Thursday. Oh, yeah. And then on to the weekend. So what we're saying, well, you've been waiting for football through all this hot weather all summer long. Well, it's here. Why don't you go enjoy the environment? How about that? When we're coming back, we'll cross the T and dot the I and put a wrap on this week's edition of the Sports Page. We'll be back in just a moment.
This is The Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 SuperTalk, Mississippi.
Hey. We want to thank everybody who's been with us this hour here on this Labor Day. Hopefully you and your family had a good day. We want to say and salute all the people that get up and go to work every day. Yeah, if it's overnight doing the midnight shift, or if someone that is on the road, you're in a truck or you're driving, or if you're you're a teacher or a coach and you got a 24/7 job every day. You're dealing with something every day. Just want to say thank you just for doing what you do. And, yeah, of course, we work oftentimes because we have to pay the bills. But, y'all, the journey that happens with working and serving, it's just you can't – everybody's got a different kind of script. And just want to celebrate everyone who labor. And even if you don't get money – or resources for what you do, and you're at home and you're taking care of somebody, that's work, that's labor. And I want to say thank you just for just really kind of making the choice to keep it moving. A friend of mine always talks about that, just to keep it moving. We won't be back on till next Monday, but I want to make sure we have some happy birthdays to Coach Jones on September 3rd. And a longtime football fan named Oakley, birthday's on September the 5th. So all good stuff. Also, don't forget now the Jug Game. The Jug Game, y'all, will be on 99.3 Hattiesburg, Laurel. That is the Jones County Game of the Week, everybody. Pedal at Ocean Springs, 97.3. That's the Pedal Game this week. Of course, we got all the local programming. Don't forget now all of that will happen. The preview show will be on tomorrow night, Pedal, and on 97.3, and then Inside the Locker Room with Coach Joey Hawkins will be on Thursday, and then the games, Jones County Game of the Week on 99.3, and then 97.3 will be the Pedal Ocean Springs game. Got a lot of stuff. On Saturday, Ole Miss football. I don't know, Michael, if I'll be listening, but anyways, Ole Miss football. You know,
I get that a lot.
Yeah, I'll be at the Jackson State Southern Miss game with our kids and stuff, so I'll be busy. So I'll have a really, really good excuse for not listening.
That's understandable.
I'll be looking at that. Go to southeastmsfca.org, y'all. Southeastmsfca.org, or if you're a Facebooker, please like us on Facebook. All good stuff. It's updated usually daily. Really great stuff. And then you can just scroll down. You can see all this ministry that's happening, not only in our schools and our communities and different things. And, y'all, we're just getting started. Some of our FCAs don't start till after Labor Day because we kind of give them a little space once school gets started. But, y'all, our kids are taking ownership of a lot of these things, and all of it to and through a coach. We do not have to be 8 to 4 or 8 to 3 during school hours, y'all. SCA dwells a lot in those team huddles, where those teams usually have their own devotion time and to and through a coach. And so it's been awesome to see the growth of what's been happening with FCA here in our area, in our region. Again, another plug, go to the website and you'll see some information about our car, truck, and bike show. That's on November the 15th. Y'all will be here real quick in a couple of months. $30. Go to southeastmsfca.org. It'll be at Temple Baptist Church. And or you can call our board member, Todd Mixon, at 601-596-4298 if you want to bring your thing. Come on out there, and it's going to be real good. A lot of our staff and everybody be out there. All right. Here's what I got, y'all. This is Psalms 34:4. I sought the Lord, and he heard me and declared, and he delivered me from all my fears. I sought the Lord, David writes, and he heard me, and he delivered me from all my fears. You want to talk to the Lord? Then don't make him shout. If you really want to hear from the Lord, go to a quiet place and listen. If you keep listening long enough and carefully enough, he'll soon start talking. Y'all, there's so much noise out here. There's noise everywhere. And a simple prescription for finding balance, just carve out a little time for silence every day. Oh, my goodness. 21st century world, so busy. Many of us can't even seem to walk from the front door to the street without hearing a cell phone or music from a car. The world seems so busy, and it grows louder day and day. And so if we allow those distractions of a clamorous society to separate us from God's peace and love, we do ourselves a profound disservice. So if we're wise, we should make time each day for quiet reflection, and when we do, we are rewarded. C.H. Spurgeon said, silence is as fit a garment for devotion as any other language. Silence is as fit a garment for devotion as any other language. And then Eugene Peterson said, growth takes place in quietness, in hidden ways, in silence and in solitude. The process is not accessible to observation. My goodness. Being quiet. Y'all know the other Psalms, be still and know that I am God. Know that the Lord loves you. And on this Labor Day, y'all, we can work ourselves and work ourselves and work ourselves. Take a little time and be quiet in the Lord. I think you'll reap the benefits. From all of us to all of you, we hope that you have an awesome and incredible week. And we hope to talk to you same time, same place next week. Go to the game, encourage somebody, and hopefully, your week gets even better. Take care, everybody. God bless.